Thank you for listening to our presentation. In this paper, we explore how implicit authentication is perceived by smartphone users. Implicit authentication, or IA, is a new method of identifying smartphone users by leveraging data that is available implicitly and without requiring explicit user input. Types of data that can be used for this purpose include behavioral biometrics, such as biomedical signals, and contextual data, such as location. IA is shown to be a promising technology to improve the usability and security of smartphone unlocking. However, how it is actually perceived by smartphone users is rather under study. A few existing studies suggest a strong adoption interest in the technology. However, these studies are of limited generalizability because they use low-fidelity prototypes or they are conducted in lab environments, which raises the issue of ecological validity. Our goal then was to conduct the first large-scale IA perception study that did not suffer from these generalizability issues. To do this, we evaluated how a smart lock, which is the first widely deployed IA scheme available on most Android devices, is perceived by users. Smart lock provides three different IA methods. The first one, called body, uses behavioral biometrics, and the other two, called place and device, use contextual data. What we were interested in was to first understand how widely smart lock is adopted by Android users, and secondly, what the factors are that attract or deter potential users from adopting a smart lock. To answer these questions, we first conducted a cognitive walkthrough with users study, which involved 2 cognitive walkthrough sessions and 16 Think Aloud Plus interview sessions. We used thematic analysis to analyze this data and form a series of preliminary hypotheses about our research questions. We then conducted an online survey on Amazon Mechanical Turk involving 343 Android user Turkers to further verify our research hypotheses. To gauge how widely a smart lock is adopted, we asked our survey participants whether they knew about smart lock and if so, whether they had any experience with it. Based on this data, we calculated an adoption, a rejection, and an interest rate for each smart lock method, and then we obtained an overall average. As the table shows, smart lock has quite a low adoption rate at 14% and a relatively high rejection rate at 22%. Furthermore, when compared to existing IA perception studies, the interest rate in smart lock was lower than expected at 44%. Finally, to uncover factors that attract or deter potential users from smart lock, we asked our survey participants to rank, in order of importance to them, the reasons as to why they decided to adopt or reject each smart lock method or to show interest in adopting it. We then used our findings in this regard to propose a new extension to the technology acceptance model, which we called SL-TAM. Our model posits that the intention to use a smart lock is affected by 3 main factors. The first one is perceived usefulness and is linked to the convenience and speed of unlocking by a smart lock and whether it can be used as a backup unlocking method. The second factor is perceived ease of use and is linked to the reliability of smart lock and how easy it is to set up. And the final factor is perceived security and privacy and is affected by the actual security and privacy of smart lock and how difficult its semantics are for users to understand. As the main contribution of our study, we hope that our model can inform the design of future IA schemes to make them more appealing to users. If you have any questions about our study, please feel free to contact us.